everybody, it's Stacy. Happy Sunday. I am here for the live paint event. So I'm so happy that you are here and able to join me. If you are live or if you are going to be painting this with the recording. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this around. Let me just get this in. Sorry for my hand in the way. There we go. All right. So with everything that's been going on lately, I thought that this would just be a great painting that we could do together to bring us all together. And if you haven't painted with me before, how this works is I'm going to walk you through step by step how to create this. And then at the end, if you're watching the recording, you can go ahead and pause, rewind, do whatever you need to do. And if you do at the end of this, if you did have a great time, feel free to share this video. All right, let me just get all my brushes ready here. Okay, so I'm going to be painting on an 8x10 canvas. Here it is. So I got all my colors. So I got red, orange, yellow. This is a dark green. It actually mixes really well for making a real nice bright green. And then blue and white. And then I got 3 different brush sizes I'm going to be using, as well as a paint marker. I've really become a fan of the paint marker. If you don't have a paint marker though, a Sharpie works well. Otherwise, a small brush works well too. So I got a napkin to wipe my brushes off on. I got a water cup to rinse my brushes out in. And the paint I'm using is acrylic, but you can definitely use, watercolor, whatever you want to use to create this. Tempera paint, whatever you want. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by putting in this nice rainbow. So I'm going to start with a little bit of red. And I'm going to go ahead and just put, there we go, get a little bit of paint in my bristles here. And the red, I'm going to be putting all my marks on an angle, on a diagonal. And the red is going to be going up here in the upper left-hand corner. As you can see, I'm keeping my marks on an angle as I put it in angled. And that's about as far as I'm going to go. And I'm going to rinse my brush out. Sometimes you really got to beat the paint out of your bristles. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some orange. Just a little bit to start. And I'm actually going to start a little bit away from the red, putting it in real nice. And then I'll move it close to the red, going back and forth, and I'll bring it back the other way. And as you can see by doing that, starting a little ways away, just kind of keeping my marks going back and forth there, that really help blend together really nice. I'm actually going to grab just a little more red. I feel like I could bring a little more red back in. And I didn't rinse my brush out. But if you feel like you need to rinse your brush out, you can. And I'm going to go in with just a little more orange again. So as you can see, sometimes it just takes a little bit to get this paint to blend, and that's okay. And the next color I'm going to grab, so I'm going to make sure my paint is really nice and rinsed out. And also too, at any time you feel like you need to get fresh water, go ahead and do that. But next I'm going to grab some yellow. So there it is. And again, I'm going to start a little bit away from my orange. And then I'll bring it in. like so. I'm going with the little orange again. I just want to get that nice and blended. And as you can see, I got a real nice gradient going on here. So go ahead and red, orange, yellow. I'm going to rinse my brush out really good. And don't be afraid to beat your brushes at the bottom of your water cup. Brushes are really sturdy, so it's not going to really affect the bristles right away. They do hold up really nice. But for the next, I'm going to take a lot of yellow, just a little bit of that green, mix them together, and as you can see, I get a real nice, bright, grassy green. So I'm just going to go ahead, just a little bit there, and then I'm going to move it towards the yellow, like so, and as you can see, it mixes really nice. I am going to get that a little more blended. So I'm just going to grab a little more yellow. There we go, like so. And there we go. And if you feel like, you know what, I actually feel like I could add a little more green, so I'm going to bring a little more green back in. Yeah. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some blue, rinse my brush out, got all the extra water out. And I'm going to go in with a little blue here, just back and forth. As you can see, that's mixing real nice right there. And if you do want to paint your edges, go ahead and paint your edges. You could have it wrap around as you're going. Otherwise, you could just paint them all one color at the end. Choice is yours. As you can see that we got this real bright green, and then it kind of turned into a darker green once we added the blue. So we even got gradients in our blue. Okay. And then the very last color I'm going to add down here is going to be purple. And now I don't have purple paint here, but I am going to mix it. And I have found that a little bit of the dark green mixed with the red actually gives you a really nice purple. I'm just going to add a smidge of white to it. Maybe just a smidge more green. You know what, I'll add a little blue in there too. Yeah, there we go. Get a real nice purple. And then I'm going to put the purple here. And then make sure to get this nice and blended, like so. Voila. And then once you're to this point, go ahead and see if there's anything you want to touch up. If you want to get those edges painted, go for it. But I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to go and dry this. Because this, in order to move on, we need to have that dry so we can put in our heart. And a hair dryer works really nice. So if you have a hair dryer at home, once you're to this point, go ahead, grab a hair dryer, and dry away. Oops, it's totally knocked over some pieces. Oh, I will fix them up. Okay, so I am back. My painting is nice and dry, so I can add my heart. Now for the heart, you can definitely just go in right away with a brush and paint, but if you have some chalk at home, chalk is really nice because you can actually just kind of wipe it away. But if you want to go in with some chalk to shape in your heart, go for it. And as you can see, I got that a little over too far for my taste, for how I want it to be. Just grab a little water. As you can see, you can just wipe that away. It's not, I'm just going to go ahead. There we go. In your heart, definitely take your time getting it to the shape that you want. Yours might be bigger than mine. It might be smaller than mine. Whatever you're feeling. Okay. So as you can see, I sketched it out a few times until I got it the shape that I wanted it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some white paint with my medium brush, and I'm going to go ahead and here we go. Just take your time here. I outlined mine first, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. There we go. Voila. And then once I have my heart in the way I want it, you can definitely, dry it with a hair dryer and give it a second coat and dry it again, depending on how thick the paint is going on and covering up. I'm going to go ahead and dry this here in just a sec. And then I'm going to be using my paint marker. And again, if you don't have a paint marker, you can definitely use a Sharpie, or you can definitely use a small paintbrush to get these final details in. There we go. I think that looks good. So I will be right back. Okay, so I got my painting nice and dry. And I will now be going in with my paint marker here. And the nice thing about paint markers is you just you can shake it. Just kind of stomp down on it a little bit until the paint comes out. Sometimes it takes a minute. There we go. You can see it's all runny. And now I'm going to be doing this real nice cursive lettering here that says love, but you could make the letters however you want. I'm going to be putting them kind of in the center here, and I'm going to take my time. And as you can see by allowing or drying the paint, and I totally did that backwards. Happy accident. There we go. Got it. And I'm just going to make sure that kind of goes out so it's balanced. Feel free if you want to go over again. If you don't like this, you could definitely paint over it and try it again. Or maybe just use some standard lettering, whatever you're feeling. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and outline my heart. I'm not going to worry about if some of this goes inside. Ooh. Just never know what's going to happen when you go live. There we go. Some of it's going to go outside. There we go. I'm just going to, there we go. Go nice and slow. Okay, and there you have it. Well, I'm just going to flip this around. Okay, so thank you again for painting with me today. And go ahead and share your final painting in the comments below. Also, feel free to share this. I would love to see this, painted by a lot of people, and just to help bring us all together and to just let a whole bunch of people know that us here, and then care what's going on, and that we want to see change in the world for the better. So I hope you're having a great day, enjoying this nice weather, and we hope to paint with you again soon. Bye.